What's up, coaches? Today, we're going to chat with you about how to use market research. This is such an incredibly valuable tool in your business. You are going to love this experience, I promise you, and get so many gold nuggets out of it. It's truly going to transform your business if you have one, and truly put the pedal to the metal if you don't have a business yet. So we're going to talk to you about why market research is so freaking awesome, and then what to do with it once you've collected it.
Awesome.
So why should you use market research? Why go through it? Coach, you are going to uncover a freaking gold mine of client insights, the things that you're going to learn from your clients, like what their biggest struggles are, their frustrations, their challenges, their goals, their wave the magic wand over my life and create a dream solution for me. Why haven't I gotten there yet? What have I tried so far? Even some pricing information. It is so incredibly insightful. Things that you wouldn't have thought of before, you're going to find out in market research. It further refines your niche too, because you might interview people that kind of fall within that target range. And after speaking with them, you realize this is 100% my ideal client, or this is somebody that I know for sure I don't want to work with. And that is super important for you to understand, coach, because then we can make sure that your marketing, that your words actually repels them, right? And we only speak to your soulmate clients. Then what we do is we use exactly what your client said, what you found out in your market research, to create that monopoly offer, their dream solution, exactly what they want. Coach, if you have ever created a program or an offer before that didn't sell, or maybe sold like one or two spots and they weren't really great ideal clients, it's likely because you didn't have that market research to back you up. You were just creating something that you thought the market needed. The market research actually validates, it proves the need for your offer, and we uniquely create it. And then you get to co-collaborate and create the solution, the dream solution for your clients. Then we create that content that when your soulmate client is reading it, they're like, oh my gosh, is this coach actually in my head? I feel like this content was written exactly for me. That is what is super incredibly powerful. That is actually what turns the lurkers, the ones that are following you, they're reading your posts on social media, may not actively engage. That's what turns those lurkers into the people who are actually reaching out to you. Those inbound leads that are like, hey, I read your post. I felt like it was speaking to me. What have you got? Can we talk? I mean, it is truly the best thing that you can do for your business. And you get just more experience talking to people, asking those deep questions, the ones that dig into their pain a little bit more, and the ones that create their beautiful vision for their future. I love market research, and I know you will too.
Nailed it. Awesome.
Yeah. So
yeah, you can take it away, Kate, in terms of key success principles, because you walk our clients through this. So go ahead. I'll fill in the gaps if there are any.
So when it comes to the success principles for their market research, the magic number is really 10 market research calls. And the reason is because with at least 10 market research calls, we just have so much information to pull together. Now, when you do this, you're going to see a lot of commonalities, especially if you've interviewed a lot of people that are really within that ideal client range. You'll see that a lot of them have the same frustrations and struggles and goals, right? And it's going to allow you to really make sure that your monopoly offer is validated, that you're really creating something that your clients want. You also have so many different words to use when you're putting together your content. I mean, some people may tell you that they want to lose belly fat. Other people may talk to you about weight loss. Others may say confidence. And ultimately, it's coming down to the same goal. But those words are very important to people. These are not just semantics. These are actually the words that matter to your soulmate client. So the more you have, the better. And the more market research interviews that you do, the more potential clients you have to pull from. So you're going to go back to these market research people and you're going to present your offer for feedback. We really want this feedback because we want to make sure that you're on the right track with your offer. And again, this gives you practice in presenting it and practice in co-creating, being open to collaboration to create that dream solution for each individual client. And at that time, look, the people that you've created this with are either going to be, oh my gosh, yes, please sign me up, or hey, I've seen what you've created. It's completely magical. I'm not ready to move forward with myself, but I know somebody that you should talk to. We'll teach you exactly how to do that. And look, if you can't find 10, it's always best to do, personal outreach to people. You have that hot help list that you created during the Client Launchpad Challenge. So those are great people to start with. And we have a great script for you to use and posts that you can put out there to other groups to get people to raise their hand and get on calls with you. If truly you cannot get to 10, and this is just feeling like a really frustrating point for you, at least if we get to like between 5 and 7 people that have all been like an 8 out of 10 or higher, we know that we're on the right track. Again, if we haven't been there, you're going to reach out to us and we're going to make sure that we look at all potential areas to find enough people for you to get to interview. But look, ask for referrals for people too. What's one of the best ways to grow your network anyway? So when you talk to somebody who's a great, like potentially ideal client during your market research, you can also ask them like, hey, look, like now that you've been through these questions with me, and I'm really trying to create this incredible program, who else do you know that I should talk to, right? You can always ask for referrals. P.S., it's a great habit for you to get into. Great habit to continuously ask for referrals. Market research is so amazing because instead of you filling in the blanks for your clients and you doing most of the talking, you're simply just going to be doing most of the asking and the listening. You get to establish leadership here in the conversation, not by like just assuming what their answers are, but by asking clarifying questions and coach. A lot of times the people that you're talking to have never been asked these questions before. They've never thought about their health at that level. So the fact that you're just showing up and you're asking clarifying questions, it's establishing your care and it's building trust. Like, wow, this person must really care about what I have to say. I mean, they're spending this time, they're investing this time, they really want to get clear on my answers, and they're really making me think. So this is unlike anything I've ever done before. So what they're creating must be unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Exactly. And that is the key, creating something that they have never experienced or seen before. That's the nature of the offer that we're going to help you create from this market research. And that's the reaction that your market research people are going to have when you bring that offer back to them. This is one of the most effective lead generation strategies for new and experienced coaches alike. And the thing is, it's important to know that this is for both new and experienced coaches. This is something where, you do move on from this. When you're a new coach coming into Launchpad, you get those 10 plus market research calls complete. You enroll that first beta client from your market research cohort where you bring the offer back to them, and you've created your offer. That's when you're going to move on to the next strategies in the lead generation track. But the thing is, you can come back to this actually. This is something where you do it once initially, but then you're going to do market research again if you're feeling like, oh, maybe I need a little bit more input or a little bit more clarity, or you've refined or adjusted your niche or changed your niche completely. We'll end up doing this again. Further down the track, Kate helps you create back-end offers, leveraged offers. So when you're making those new offers, you'll do market research again. But here's the thing, market research can be a lead generation activity. And we're going to teach you, after we teach you about market research at its core, we're going to teach you how mini market research calls can actually be a fantastic lead generation opportunity for you moving forward. So just to give you a little visual overview of the path that you're going to be taking here, on week 1, when you start this, your goal is to get those 10 plus calls booked. You don't have to have those 10 plus calls, but you want to get them booked. Like, put pedal to the metal, get through your hot list, your help list, your phone list, and start asking people, start asking for referrals, get those posts out, do everything you can in week 1 to get those 10 calls booked. And then week 2, you're actually going to be having those calls, getting referrals, at the end of each call, just being like, hey, do you know anybody else who is like you that would be potentially open to this, that you'd be willing to connect me with? Once we get those 10 calls booked, once we've actually gotten all those calls done, then it's time for you to create your Monopoly offer with Kate. And then we move on to the next step in this process. But from there, once we've got the offer created, once you've got your client from this market research cohort, and as you've moved on to borrowed audiences, you can still implement what we'll teach you as mini market research to continue using this lead generation opportunity over and over and over again. So time for you to start getting into and implementing this very important step in your journey. Enjoy.